3 electrons.
If you write for aluminum chloride, one aluminum will donate how many electrons? It has 3 electrons in its valence shell. So we need how many chlorines? Yes, please. We need 3 chlorines. That is what you have to remember. So you have to draw 7 electrons plus 1 chlorine. 7 electrons plus 1 chlorine. One electron will come, valency. That's what. So here also you should draw 7 plus 1 will come. So and then you have to show that after the reaction, you have to show that it will turns into what? Al 3 plus, and chlorine you have to write like this. Singly you can write. So chlorine minus 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. And down how much you have to write? Bracket. After down you have to write it what? 3. Okay. Everybody. So that is what? Formation of aluminum chloride also you can write it. So now, so the bond by donating electrons and receiving electrons, accepting electrons, will get a bonds called as, what is the bonds will form? Everybody, it will form the ionic bonds. Okay. So now, what this ionic bonds? What is the properties of this ionic bonds? So let us discuss, and we'll form characteristics of ionic bonds, as it is very important. Mr. Noor, call to Mr. Sanjay. So ionic bonds properties. So that is what is our concept. So let us see. If you represent also, nothing wrong, Mr. Manikandan. So whatever the way you can represent. Now if you notice it here, before going to study the properties of ionic bonds, so let us have a activity and the conclusions. So this is one of the most important one. So definitely you are going to get in exam based upon this. Even this tabular column also. So for this tabular column, even the temperatures, that is the first point I am saying. The temperatures they are mentioning in Kelvin. Yes or no? So this is SI unit of temperature. SI unit means what? Anybody knows? What do you mean by SI?
Standard international.
Yeah. So that is what? Standard international unit. So Kelvin to exam, mostly they will ask Kelvin to Celsius. So how you can do it? Degree Celsius is equals to Kelvin scale minus 273. Okay. So please learn that. Even exactly if you want 273.15. So that is the finding converting temperature from degree Celsius to, sorry, degree Kelvin to degree Celsius. So please remember that. Okay, everybody. Please learn that, because in exam they will give in exam they will sometimes they will ask in degree Celsius, because to test your knowledge, either you are having a knowledge related to conversion, temperature conversion or not. So they will be like that. So please have that, and if possible, whenever time permits, so just make it here. This is what Kelvin scale. Here what will put? Degree Celsius. Understanding, Amma? All of you? Yes. And here also you can construct degree Celsius. Sorry, degree Celsius in the side or here will. So convert that values and you write it. Okay. So now let us see properties of ionic compounds. This is one of the most important one. So you have to learn each and every property of ionic compound. So let us start with now the first property. So everybody observe very carefully. With the activity, we will study that. So heating a salt sample on a spatula, you can see here. So they have taken a salt in a one spatula and they are started heating directly on the burner. Next one, testing the conductivity of a salt solution. Of course, let us go with that. So take samples of sodium chloride. What is the formula of sodium chloride, everybody? Yes, please. NaCl. Potassium chloride, KCl. Barium chloride. Barium chloride formula?
BACL.
BaCl2. Okay. BaCl2. And any other salts from the science laboratory. What is the physical state of these salts? That is the first question. Everybody, what is the physical state of these salts? Yes, please. All the salts will present in what state? In a solid state. Okay. So please remember all the ionic compounds. What is the physical state of them? Everybody? Solid state. Okay. Now, take a small amount of sample on a metal spatula and heat directly on the flame. So from this, I can say first point. What is the properties of ionic compounds? Ionic compounds exist in what state? Everybody.
Solid
In
state.
what state? Solid state. Understanding? So they have what? In between them, they have something strong. Anybody? They have strong. Yesterday also I
Force
told
of
you. They have
attraction.
what? No force of attraction. Hari, there is another word. They have strong.
Electrostatic force.
There has been held by strong electrostatic force of attraction. That is why they are existed in what state? Everybody. They are existed
Solid
in
state.
solid state. Okay. So that is the first physical property or the property of ionic compounds. They are existed in solid state. What is the reason behind? Everybody. Because of
Strong electrostatic.
strong electrostatic force of attraction among their charged ions. Next, heat directly on the frame. Repeat with the other samples. What did you observe? Did the samples impart any color of the flame? Do these compounds melts? That is what they are asking. So answer please. Yes. So keep it in mind, all the salts cannot be. Few salts, they will impart different colors to the flame and they have, do these compounds melt? No, because they are having extremely what? They are having extremely high melting point and please respond. Boiling point. So that is what here they mentioned. Pakram. Sodium chloride melting point is 1074. Boiling point is 1686. Lithium chloride 887. I've noticed that till now we have practiced in many places, but we never written a formula for lithium chloride. Am I right, Mr. Harish? Mitakshri, anytime we have used any compound with the lithium, have you done? Yes, please.
No, sir.
No. So that is what. So maybe exam they will ask you that only. Sir, I never use lithium, sir. I don't know, sir. Means that's all. So what is the name of this one? Lithium chloride. See, for us, according to our view, we are only odd one out is this one only. Have you checked it, everybody? NaCl very popular. Calcium chloride also very popular. Magnesium chloride is one more popular. Calcium oxide. What is the common name of calcium oxide? Yes, please.
Quicklime.
Quicklime.
So no problem. So which we don't have any touch is what? Only lithium chloride. Am I right or wrong? Everybody? Yes or no? So that's what you have to be. So you have to focus on that. So that's why. So basically all the salts, ionic compounds, they have high melting points or boiling points. High melting points and boiling points. And so only few they will get the colors. Okay. Few of them impart the different colors to the flame. So that color is not required. They're asking, did the samples impart any color to the flame? So what is your answer, everybody? Few of them, okay? Few of them will impart the color. Do these compounds melt? As they have high melting points, so it will take more time to melt, okay? That is what. Next, try to dissolve these samples in water, petrol and kerosene. Are they soluble? They are soluble only in what? They are only soluble in anybody? They are only soluble in speak raw water. Okay. Petrol and kerosene, they are called as inorganic solvents. What was to sorry, organic solvents. What was to call them as? Petrol and kerosene, what was to call? Organic solvent. So organic solvents, they are insoluble. Organic solvents, they are what, guys? Insoluble. Only they will soluble in what? Only they are soluble in water. Okay, guys? Please remember that. They are soluble in water, but they are insoluble in petrol and kerosene. Why? Petrol and kerosene are organic solvents. So please remember that. Next, make a circuit as shown in the figure 3.8 and insert the electrodes into a solution of one solve. So electrode, this side positive. So this is what? Anoda, cathoda. Anoda, cathoda. This side positive, anode. This side negative. So this is what?
Cathode.
Negative electrode is cathode. Positive electrode is anode. Now what did you observe? Test the other salt samples too in this manner. What did you observe, guys? They will conduct as their ionic substances. They will conduct what? Everybody. Yes, please. They will conduct what with this one? They will conduct the electricity. So they will conduct the electricity means what will happen? That is the way the bulb is glowing or bulb is, check it everybody. Bulb is glowing or not? Everyone. So bulb is glowing means current is conducting or not?
Sorry.
Yes? All of you? That's what it is. You have to remember. Any doubt you can ask. Next. What is your inference about this nature of these compounds? Yes, please. So they all are what? What is your inference? Like you have to say the properties. That's what it is. Clear, everybody? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you can make it everything. All of you write it. So how many points they have given here? You can check it. First one, physical state, I said you. So physical state because of what? Everybody. Strong force of attraction. But there is a what force, everyone? What force it is? Electrostatic.
Electrostatic.
Understanding? Electrostatic force between what, Mitakshri? Between what? Positive and negative ions.
Negative ions.
These compounds are generally brittle and break into pieces when pressure is applied. What do you mean by brittle? Anybody?
Easily breakable.
Yeah.
Easily
Breaks easily. So that is what it is. So learn that. Very important one. Next, melting and boiling points. See the table 3.4. So ionic compounds have high melting point and boiling points. Because why? Why? We need more energy to break the bond or less energy to break the bond? Strong force of attraction or weak force of attraction? Everybody. Strong force of, yes, please. Attraction. So that they have high. This is because is very important. Because a considerable amount of energy is required to break the strong interionic attraction. Interionic attraction. That is what? Electrostatic forces. Do you understand, everybody? All of you? They are saying inter-ionic attraction. Means in the sense of what? The force of attraction present between ions. What ions? Positive ions and response negative ions. So please learn that. Okay. So now there is a lot of heat is required to overcome this force, but there is an exemption. Ammonium chloride. What is the formula of ammonium chloride? NH4Cl. So for this one, it is exemption. So please remember that. So other than ammonium chloride, remaining all they are having strong force of attraction. Understanding, Hari? Exception. Clear? So they made up of ions. What is ions? They are made up of. One more point we can add it. That is what? They made up of ions. What is that? Two ions. Made up of ions. What is that ions, Ra? Cations and
Cations and anions.
anions. That is also one more point we can add. 4, 5. This is next. So interionic attraction means what? The force of attraction present between the ions. Which ions? Cations and anions. So once again I am saying cations means positive or negative? Positive. Anions means negative. But anode means what? Anode means it is positive. So please learn that. Anode means positive. Cathode means what? Cathode means negative. So please make it. Any doubt you can ask me. Mr. Pugal, can you hear me? Mr. Nimesh?
Yes, sir.
Why Pugal like this? You have to be very, very active, Pugal. I don't know really. It is disappointing more and more every day. Next, solubility. So they will soluble only in what? They will only soluble in what, guys? All the equivalent. See, there is nowhere till now they use a word called as electrovalent. Do you remember everybody? Have you checked it? Mitakshri? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Nowhere from the beginning they use a word called as what, everyone? Electrovalent. But now they are saying electrovalent. What do you mean by electrovalent? Ionic compound only we can call it as what? Electrovalent.
Electrovalent
That is what?
compounds.
By learning the book only you can. As I already learned, that's why from the beginning I am saying everywhere ionic bond means electrovalent bond, or ionic compound means we can call it as a what? Electrovalent compound. Okay. So that is what you have to remember. So they are generally soluble in water, but insoluble in what? Everybody. Insoluble in a solvent such as kerosene, petrol. You can take carbon tetrachloride, CCl4. So ethene, ethine, these all are actually organic compounds. So organic solvents. So in organic solvents, it is soluble or insoluble? Organic solvents. They are, please respond, insoluble. So here instead of solvents, you write it organic solvents. They are insoluble. Next, conduction of electricity. So when they are in molten state or when they are in aqueous state, molten state or aqueous state, they will form the ions. Am I right or wrong, guys? So the conduction of electricity through a solution involves mainly what? When the current will pass, when they will form the what ions? Second chapter also we studied. Only they will form the what? Ions. Understanding? Charged particles. Charged particles only we used to call as what? Everybody. Charged particles only we used to call as ions. Understanding? The second chapter we have studied. Sugar solution is not a electrolyte. Am I right or wrong? Sugar solution and glucose solution, because they will never form the ions. We have studied or not? Everybody. So that is what.
Yes, sir.
If unless they have a charged ions, they will never conduct electricity. So a solution of an ionic compound in water, we used to call it as what? A solution of an ionic compound in water, which is a state we used to call it as aqueous state.
Aqueous state.
Contains ions which moves to the opposite electrodes. Opposite electrodes means what? Cations will move to the what? Cathode. And anions will move to the what? Everybody. Anode. Because cations are positive, cathode is negative. Anions are negative, but anode is what? Everybody, positive. That's what they are saying. They will pass through the solution. They will, which moves to the opposite electrode. See that? Positive, negative electrode, negative, positive electrode. So ionic compounds in the solid state, this is the most important one. Please everybody highlight it. Only they will conduct electricity when they are in solid, when they are in aqueous state, or when they are in what state? Molten state. Understand? Everybody? So we have studied at the first chapter, melted NaCl and more aqueous NaCl. Both we have studied. Do you remember everybody? Even second chapter it will come. Molten NaCl. For which process? That process name is called as what is that? Chloralkali process, not Haber's process. Chloralkali process for production of what? Chloralkali process for production of sodium hydroxide. Am I right or wrong? Caustic soda. So that is what. So only solids will the ionic compounds will conduct the electricity only when they are in what state? Everybody? When they are in? Please respond.
Molten state.
Molten state, or they must be in soluble in water. Soluble in water means they are what? Aqueous state. Understanding everybody? So then, if they are in solid state, what will happen? If they are solid state, no possible due to the rigid structure, because no free movement of what? This is because of no free movement. Clear? So movement of ions in the solid state is not possible. due to the rigid structure. That is why solids what? They do conduct electricity or do not conduct electricity? Everybody. They do not conduct electricity. Very important. So, but ionic compounds conduct electricity in what state? Molten state or aqueous state, because it is possible in the molten state or aqueous state, electrostatic force of attraction between the oppositely charged ions are overcome due to the what? Due to the what? This is very important word. Due to the what?
Heat.
Heat how? By passing electricity. By passing electricity, heat is generating. That is the heat. They will ask you here also one more question. Who is helping to overcome the force of attraction between the oppositely charged ions? Who is helping? Everybody. Heat. Then the ions move freely and they will conduct what, guys? Yes, please. They will conduct what? Yes.
Electricity.
Yes, that is what. And one more property I want to say you, and then I will wind up. As they are exchanging of ions, it is under one type of reaction. Yes, Mr. Harish, can you tell me? Yes, please. So, yeah, fifth properties, they will form the ions. What is what? Cations and anions. And as they're exchanging of ions, we can say one chemistry thing. First chapter we studied that. Anybody? And one more thing. First you write it. They are having defined crystalline structure. They are not amorphous one. They are having a perfect geometry shape. So they are a crystalline structures. That is one of the property. Okay. So next. These compounds, they will give ionic reactions. How, guys? Anybody can tell? This is fifth, sixth, this is seventh. They can give ionic reactions. Am I right, everybody? Because you can take double displacement reaction. Sodium chloride reacting with the silver nitrate. So ions exchanging. So ions exchanging means what is the products will come? We have already done. This is one of the famous equation. NaNO3, sodium nitrate plus PPT will come. What is the PPT?
Silver chloride.
Silver chloride, white PPT. Remember, Harish? White PPT.
Sir.
Okay. So this is the example of what? Everybody. Double displacement reaction. Clear? So that is what is expecting from. So that is the sixth property. So the compounds can give ionic reactions, fast reactions. That reactions only. Ionic reactions only called as what? Everybody. Double displacement reaction. Okay. So very fast reactions. So that is what you have to remember. Okay. Next. So they will provide specific color to a flame. Last property, eighth property, specific color to a flame. That is what. So provide specific color to a flame. That is what you have to remember. So these are the 8 properties of ionic compounds. Understanding, everybody? Please respond, guys. So they are highly soluble in water. So that is what you have to remember. But organic solvents, they won't be soluble. It's totally 8 properties. Will you all study or not? Everybody? So till here you finished it. And if you are having now, you can answer the question number 1 and 2. So if you finish this one, then we will go with the next tomorrow's class, not occurrence of metal, properties of covalent bond. That's what covalent bond formation and the properties. And then we'll go to the occurrence of metals. Okay. So please make it. So why do ionic compounds have high melting points? What is the answer? You can write it here. Because
They
please,
have a considerable amount of energy.
amount of energy is required to break the strong intra-ionic attraction. Or you can write this point. What is the point here? Oh, it's not there. You can write they're having strong force of what? They're having,
Attraction.
yeah, this also you can write it. Because of strong force of attraction between the ions. So to overcome the force of attraction, we need considerable amount of energy to break that. So that is why they're having high melting points and high melting points, boiling points. Okay, everybody understand? So this is all about the today's class. Anybody having any doubt, you can ask me, or else you can leave from the meeting. The cheating fellows, definitely I'll look into it. Okay. Thank you, everybody. We'll meet in tomorrow's class. Don't sleep, back to work and start studying. Okay. Thank you. Here and my you also from tomorrow, I want to see that you are responding. Thank you.